Hi, I'm Chelsea Bond, and I am so excited to walk you through this brand new product and brand training for 2018 for Chelsea Bond Jewelry. By now, you've probably either placed your order or it's already on the shelves. And either way, this is a presentation that will help you maximize your sales as well as optimize your retail display to really facilitate telling a story with the line. So I look forward to walking you through the presentation. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always feel free to email me at info@chelseabondjewelry.com. So right now we'll get started and I'll open up the presentation and share my screen. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. And we're going to walk through first the order arrival and packaging, then the display recommendations, how to merchandise, product and brand highlights, how to upsell, and point of sale. So to begin with, your order always will arrive with the same components included, which is going to be the jewelry Ziploc bag for airtight keeping. This is really important when you have guests who might be traveling or might just kind of throw something in their bag. It's really important that you want to keep the air out as much as possible when the jewelry isn't being worn. There's going to be a description card by piece, so that'll have the name of the piece, the description of all of the materials that are used to design the piece, and what has inspired it. And the jewelry care card is also going to be included. This is just a friendly reminder, no oils, hairspray, no jumping in the ocean or in the pool or in the bath with your jewelry on. It's always best to take all of your jewelry off before you enter into any water. The hard copy of the invoice will obviously be included in there. And in your first order, you should be receiving the Chelsea Bond Jewelry brand sign. That sign's a really important piece because it's actually going to help tell the story and it's going to help you with your sales. When people connect a face and a name to jewelry, it really helps invoke a sense of human connectivity, and they want to see where the jewelry is coming from. So this is a really easy way to include that information without having to tell a whole story on the back end. It'll be right there with the display. Into the display recommendations, I always want to say that the display is just as important as the jewelry itself. The display is going to help you tell the story. It's going to make the shopper feel like there's something more behind just a bunch of pieces of jewelry thrown on a table or on a counter. This is really going to help you give a full picture of what a collection looks like and what can be added along the way. So as we go through the next couple slides, I just want to point out that we recommend the white leatherette displays, but you're welcome to use natural tones or gray tones or even black, as long as it fits in the motif of what your display is. We want it to look like a boutique in a boutique. So the best way to do that really is to optimize based on height. When you think about when you're shopping for jewelry or any small items, when you're hunched over and you're looking at a table, it's not necessarily the best shopping experience. Your neck is strained, you don't feel like it's a luxury experience. The way that we have it set up, that we recommend you to set it up, is that you have the risers, which then will give you alternative heights for different neck busts. So for example, we'll move on to the next slide. You'll see the taller 18-inch high necklace display bust is a great way to layer necklaces. A way that we love to share our jewelry is really by layering. Whether you have a giant, stone and then a choker style necklace together, or an 18-inch necklace with a 30-inch necklace, it really gives shoppers an idea of how to put the look together. When you think of stylists, of personal styling, the best part about that kind of service is that it's done for you. This is the same kind of experience that we want you to be able to give your guests. So in this example here, another idea for display is keeping like materials together. So similar materials like drusies, grouping the druzy necklaces with other druzy earrings. They don't have to be matchy-matchy. I'm not a matchy-matchy designer. So I like the eclectic mix of different stones and colors as long as it all flows seamlessly together. The best part about this is when somebody's looking at a necklace and thinking that that's just what they're going to buy, they also then see earrings and bracelets that are complementary. So instead of just selling one piece of jewelry, you might be able to sell 3 or 4. The other part of the bracelets is grouping those by color or by similar material is another great way to sell stacks of jewelry, stacks of bracelets. Instead of just a one-off purchase, they might buy 3 or 4 bracelets because they all look really great together. So if you're looking for any kind of suggestions, I always look color suggestions. If you have, gradients in color from blue to green or natural tones from natural to brown to pink, things like that really give shoppers an idea of how to put the looks together. So continuing on here again, just different displays showing you different ways to group pieces, not necessarily having everything all on one display like the earrings. You want to space them out so it's not overwhelming. It looks more expensive when there's a little space between everything. So you can see on the lower picture there, different risers give alternative heights for the necklace displays. Grouping the earrings along with the pieces, like the druzy pieces, looks amazing. And then putting the bracelets with everything to show a complete look. So don't necessarily have, a stack of bracelets all the way over here, a couple necklaces on a table here. Really style things to give people the idea of what the look can be. The next item here is something very exciting that I launched actually just in the beginning of December. These are the leather jewelry rolls. These are beautiful, one-of-a-kind, handcrafted leather and suede jewelry rolls. These are gorgeous gifts for people. They also make amazing mementos to have for travelers if they're coming and visiting the spa and they are looking for something unique. This is a beautiful product, and for retail, for store locations too. It's really something special that you don't see everywhere. And again, every piece of leather and suede is going to be one of a kind. So it's a very unique gift that's a very complimentary upsell that you can give to clients. So product and brand highlights. All jewelry is made to order. I don't keep inventory. I don't keep, stacks of jewelry anywhere. Everything is truly made to order. Everything is handcrafted here in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. I live on a barrier island surrounded from, on one side is the Gulf of Mexico, and on the other side, we're on kind of a finger island, which means that we're surrounded by the Intercoastal Waterway. So I have the flow of water all around me, and that's really an inspiration in making these pieces, along with travel. So every piece, as you see in the collection, is travel inspired. Every piece has its own name, and its gemstone energy is also listed on the card. So it's another beautiful presentation, another way to share with a client the pieces and the inspiration behind them, that it's not just another piece of jewelry. Everything has a meaning behind it. Each gemstone was chosen for its beauty and for its energy properties. The materials that I mainly design with are 14 karat gold filled, which basically means it's a much thicker bond of 14 karat than just plated. Plated is much easier to wipe off after a while, it loses its color. 14 karat gold filled, however, is a much stronger, thicker bond of gold, even when it's delicate fine chain. It can be wiped with a jewelry cloth that I also will have available very soon. So those are the sunshine polishing cloths, and any jewelry polishing cloth, when just wiped very softly, nothing abrasive. Never dip any of the jewelry in any kind of solutions because there is different kinds of layers of metal, so you don't ever want to do anything with any kind of liquid. Sterling silver filled material, the same kind of process as the 14 karat gold filled. It's never going to be something that wipes right off. It's going to be a thicker bond, but again, never dip in any kind of solution. Gemstones I source from everywhere. Mines are all around the world, so I really look for special stones. I go to gem shows and select specific stones for my pieces. Freshwater pearls, crystals, all of those are materials that I use in the designs. Another commonality that you're going to see throughout the collection is going to be the technique of wire wrapping. So whenever you see the wrapped wire, that's something special with the collection and something to share with your guests as well. Everything is truly handcrafted. And we're moving on to how to upsell. This is my favorite part because, as I said before, the displays make such a huge impact on a shopping experience. So my first point is merchandise like Fifth Avenue. If you've ever been to New York City and you've walked down Fifth Avenue and you see all of the gorgeous window displays, it makes you literally stop in your tracks. That's how I want your display to look. And I've done, with layering pieces and with different heights of the of the displays, you can really create a very high-end, luxurious shopping experience without major expense. So another part is knowing your audience. If somebody walks into the spa and you notice they're wearing a beautiful pair of earrings, it probably means that they like earrings. So make sure that you highlight that. Make sure that you share the earrings that you have right there to show them and say, you know what, another thing that would complement those earrings very well is this necklace, and become a consultant. It's not just about selling any old piece of jewelry. It's really becoming a consultant and picking up on those little details, whether they're wearing a certain stone, maybe they're wearing a purple amethyst, and you say, oh, we have amethyst actually here, let me show you, and just become consultative about it. And it becomes a great way to upsell. Putting those pieces together for them makes it a really luxurious shopping experience for somebody who may not otherwise know how to put the pieces together. Again, pitch complementary products. This is huge. If you are selling essential oils, you have such an opportunity here because our mini Thalasso and Thalasso bracelets actually are aromatherapy bracelets. Those you can drop 2 to 3 drops of essential oils, and that's something that you can tell your client that we have these beautiful bracelets to complement these essential oils, and they have a spa on the go experience. They can remember the scent, they can remember the feeling of when they were there and when they were their most relaxed. It's a beautiful gift. Create your own daily spa fashion show. I always recommend, if possible and if budget allows, doing a side order for the team. Basically, that way you have extra pieces that can be worn by estheticians, by massage therapists, by makeup artists, all the different opportunities in the salon to wear these beautiful pieces and get in front of your clients. If you're doing somebody's makeup or you're doing their hair, imagine the sparkle of an earring and that being so eye-catching, and then say, we actually have these for purchase up in the front area. And it gives a really great way to be able to live model the jewelry. So going through the retail FAQs, these are really just additional reminders. Are my displays arranged at various levels? Is the light reflecting beautifully off the gemstones? So if you have your jewelry in a dark corner and there is no natural light coming in, imagine how when somebody comes in and sees that presentation, it's not the most beautiful. So then think about moving your jewelry towards natural light. If you have a window, if you have great lighting, if you have track lighting, anything that gives that additional punch of color and sparkle will always help maximize your jewelry sales. Seeing if clients gravitate towards silver or gold, this is kind of an over time after a couple orders. Once you start pulling reports and seeing, okay, well, my customer, my ideal customer is mainly purchasing this type of metal, is purchasing more necklaces and bracelets than earrings, or vice versa. Knowing your customer is the best way to place your orders correctly and accurately. Know that you're buying for your customer, and that way you can maximize your sales every time as well. The social media end of it, I love this part because it really is such a missed opportunity in so many circumstances. I want to be able to share your location with the world. I want to be able to promote everybody to come and purchase the jewelry from you. In order to do that, I just need to have some sort of access to your social media team or even somebody in the spa, and that way I can tag you in all the posts and tag the jewelry, and everybody will know where to go very easily. So it's a very easy, but unfortunately missed opportunity a lot of times. It's another great sales driver. You're giving publicity to something that is already there for them to purchase, so don't miss out on that. Is my display consistent, clean, and visually beautiful? This is huge. Please, please, when you see that jewelry is disheveled from somebody looking at it, which basically happens every time, go back and arrange the jewelry beautifully. Nobody wants to look at a piece of jewelry or, a mixed up amount of jewelry that doesn't make any sense. Make sure they're hanging properly on the displays. Make sure that they're not, one earring isn't on the counter and one earring's on the stand. Just take a moment after somebody looks through the jewelry to just rearrange everything to make it look as beautiful as it did for them, because that's, again, going to help maximize your sales. The tabletop sign display, again, that was from the beginning, just making sure that you have that informational sign right there. It's pretty amazing when somebody gets to see and hear the story behind the jewelry without the entire team necessarily having to give the spiel every time. All that information is right there on that informational sign. So please take advantage of it and make sure that's with your display. So point of sale, again, you're going to want to make sure that they're receiving the Ziploc bag, the jewelry care card, the description card of the jewelry, obviously the piece of jewelry itself hung on the actual jewelry card as they leave. And just make sure that everything is packaged beautifully and that it's placed in that velvet logo signature bag that we include with your order. And if you do have the leather jewelry rolls, make sure that you're packing those back up in tissue paper and then in that beautiful white box with the logo to make it a beautiful gift presentation, even if it's for the person themselves. It's still nice to feel like you're getting a gift. And I just want to thank you so much for your partnership. If you have any questions on this presentation or anything else, please always feel free to email me. I always have time to respond, so please don't feel like it's ever a bother. And any questions on the gemstones or anything, always happy to answer it. I appreciate your partnership, and I thank you so much for your time and reviewing this 2018 product presentation with me. Have a great one.